And I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black, and I'm black, y'all.
I'm just hella black.
Hey, hey, hey. Hello. We are living free, living loud, being proud, black and I'm proud. And this is another episode of Tin Talk. Today, we are reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 11, Episode 11. The topic of the actual episode is Let's Talk About Sex, Baby. So, for the first time in Tin Talk history, most of this episode will be adult only. Should I said that he had a comment that he wants to make before he exits the chat? So should I? Take it away.
Okay, so I want to jump into the thing that Bennett and Henry talked about the thing about confidence. So I kind of wanted to see your opinion about Henry's confidence versus Brett's confidence. I know Serena has said in the past that Brett is like a loud broken because he's really like insecure outside. So he's like trying to like distract from himself. But where Henry, he's just more low key. So do you think that would you say that Henry has more confidence or like Brett has more confidence? Like, what would you say about that or anything?
Well, Henry admitted he has no confidence. I just feel like Henry's way of being insecure is in a way where he doesn't have to belittle other people because he's insecure. Like he acknowledges it and he knows that he's not all the way there with himself, but just because he has those things in the back of his head, he doesn't have to project it onto others.
I think Henry's more confident than Brett because Henry is actually more comfortable with who he is as a person. Like, he acknowledges his faults. He's like, it's things I have to work on. But I feel like he's not confident person. I just think he has issues like we all do. And he has moments of having lack of confidence, but overall, I think Brett is just really, really insecure and does not like himself. Whereas I think Henry actually likes himself. He just don't like Christina.
Yeah. And since you're still here, Shadai, and you brought this up, I want to ask what you think about that conversation between Christina and Henry, where Henry like opened up to her about how he was struggling with his confidence because of his weight, and her response to him.
I mean, I think it's kind of similar because Henry kind of did a similar thing when talking about like her being impatient because she was talking about how like she was on medication and like that kind of like messed with like her like attitude, all that. And then, but Henry took like a personal like jab when she said about the confidence thing. I think those two things are very similar. So I don't think Henry really realized like why Christina was so upset in that moment. But then he realized when it came back to her. I don't know. Lacey's looking at me really weird. So
Yeah, because Christina was very intentional with her jab. Because when he said that he was had issues with his weight, and she kind of was like, "Well, get over it," and then said her biggest deal breaker was insecurity. She said that on purpose. She said that because he had just said that he was feeling insecure about his weight. So she wanted to use what he said to kind of throw it back at him, which was like so whack and made me think about
So what?
times Sabrina has said he don't open up to you. He don't open up to you because you shut him down, and that was a prime example.
He finally opened up. He finally gave her a whole complete sentence or two or three or four. He had complete sentences. He gave it all out, told her where his issues stemmed, and she said, "You know what? I'm going to break you in this moment." And that's why don't nobody like Christina because when she came to him about all her issues, he sat there, listened, and he was understanding, told her it was nothing to be ashamed about. When she over here crying about how no man gave her flowers, he didn't just tell her to get over it. He don't just be like, you know what, get over it. Don't take your pills, just get over it. But when he come to you in a vulnerable moment, you turn around. And I feel like she was smirking when she did it. I really wanted to come through the TV on her. I
Snatch
really did
her. She needs to get
because
snatched up.
it was just mean spirited. It was ugly, and it showed why he don't want to hug you, kiss you, touch you. I wouldn't want to touch you either. You be lucky. You be back homeless, living out your car, messing around with me.
Sharif, do you have any last comments about nasty Christina and Henry finally opening up and getting shut down?
There's something I want to say, and I feel like it's gonna come out wrong no matter how I say it, but I'm just gonna do it. Every time I think about Christina, a very specific song pops in my head. It's by an artist I really like called Rico Nasty. The song has a curse word in it. So if you know Rico Nasty music, you probably know what song I'm talking about. But if you don't, it's called Smack a Beep. And AKA, I be thank God I ain't had to smack a today. And that's all I gotta say.
So Sharif agrees that Christina needs to get the cat snatched up. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the fun stuff. My favorite topic to ever talk about in the whole wide world. And we're gonna get into. I want to start with Karen and Miles. And I want to start with Miles' facial expression when Pastor Cal said, "How about we just take sex off the table?"
That wasn't
It wasn't
Cal.
even.
That
It
was-
wasn't
that
even
was
his. It was her facial expression. Like, yeah, we need to
Honestly,
take that off.
honestly, I remember when I was watching that, and he was like, That's I knew that moment was like, no, we will not. Absolutely not. I will be on the next train out of here.
Miles said the devil is a lie. He said, not today, Satan.
Oh hell no! Uh-oh. Yeah, Miles was not feeling it. The only thing that made me be like, kind of like, maybe he's considering it is I watched one of the pre-shows where they're like talking with Jamie Notice, and he said he was in a relationship with the girl for 2.5 years, and they never engaged with each other. So I was like, okay, maybe Miles is okay with just getting through the experiment and just seeing if it's okay.
No, I'm sorry, Lacey. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna stop you right there.
He wasn't married then.
He saw that and he was like, I'm not going through this again. He's like, I already went through that one time. I'm not doing this again. I'm not playing these games with you, Karen. And I'm not playing these games with Karen either.
All facts. All facts.
Okay, well, maybe I got that wrong. Miles is not with it at all, but I think Karen was like, yes, please, no sex. Take it off the table. We don't want to do it.
Kind of annoyed too, but it's like she don't want to do it. She don't want to talk about it. But then she like in that conversation when she was like saying that she wants to change his perception of her, that she doesn't like to be touched. I'm like, girl, you don't. Like, what do you mean perception? These are facts. These are facts. That's not his perception. These are facts, ma'am. You don't want to be touched. You don't want to hug. You don't want to, ma'am. Every time somebody tell you to hug him, you like, do I have to? Like, how close do I have to get? Like, kiss on, like, what do you consider a kiss? Like, do our lips need to touch? She always evaluating how she can get out of it. I'm like, man, that's not a perception. Those are facts. You don't. Do you think she just don't like him? She not attracted to him, or it really is self-sabotage and she just scared?
I think it's self-sabotage, and I can see it because I've definitely been in Karen's shoes. I feel like I'm still low-key in Karen's shoes. Sorry to that man. But yeah, I feel like she's in self-sabotage mode. I don't feel like she just is not attracted to him. Although when they was working out and when they was working out, I seen his thought thighs on full display.
Miles need a training bra, like just a little bit.
I just want to say that I'm so tired of Karen and her slow antics. I just naturally move much slower than everyone. I just, in my normal relationship, I'm so tired. They need to put me on this screening process because I'm so tired of BS people that they keep getting on this show that want to say that they here for love or whatever, but then the moment they get married, they want to use everything against the we strangers whole thing. And then when Pastor Cal was like, well, do you feel married yet? And every time, no, I don't. Like, girl, but then you'll tell the boy that you don't feel threatened and you feel like you're comfortable. Then if you don't change your mindset, baby, ain't nothing gonna change and nothing's gonna work. I'm so over Karen. Like, girl, bye.
One of my sisters said, the last week, I think it was. I believe it was Sabrina. I could be mistaken. Y'all in the comments, comment down who it was. She was talking about how Karen is a major gaslighter. She be gaslighting this man. And I'm getting sick of it. She be telling this man, oh, but you, it's like, I do feel comfortable, but I'm just not ready yet. I'm just not all the way there yet. They had that long conversation really about nothing, if we're being real. If we're being real, that long conversation where it's like, what can we do to build trust? And then Karen's answer to me was like a non-answer. And I don't know what else Miles can really do for this woman.
Well, Sabrina did tweet that she was proud of Karen. So I want to know what Sabrina was proud of Karen for.
Sabrina must have been drunk because I don't know. I think maybe I was proud of Karen for even like, what was I? I must have been drunk because that couldn't have been facts. Maybe just for, I don't know.
Even I was confused. She was like, I want you to be open with me. I'm like, girl, you want him to be open with you. When he is open, he's too emotional. You want him to be sensitive, and when he's sensitive, he's too sensitive.
Maybe because she didn't seem so dry. Like she wasn't as dry as she usually is. But sometimes I'm just like, girl, you just have to like put it out there into the ether. Like Tisha was saying, you don't feel married because you saying that you don't feel married. Call him my husband. Call him babe. Whatever you need to do to try to like fake it till you feel those emotions. Like act married, and then you'll feel married. Like tell people my husband.
Yep.
Stop saying the stranger. Like I don't feel married. You keep saying it, you never go feel married. And she keeps saying time. That's not a real answer because you can fall in love in a week. I really believe you can fall in love in a week. And I was watching something. I think Pastor Cal said love is like it's like you have to want to be in love. So it's like an action. It's not like I fall in love. No, you have to actively love that person every day and put into your mind that you love that person. And that, to me, she needs to put in her mind that he's not actively trying to do anything to harm you. He hasn't done anything to actively try to disrespect you. But also, she a gaslighter because if he had not come home, she would be done with this marriage. She'd be like, see, I told y'all he was putting on the front. He was doing this, that, and the other. But he be pissing me off, too. Because you need to tell her that is unacceptable. Somebody needs to put, like, I was mad that nobody brought that to light. You can't just go home because you lightweight upset and now you making up the scenario that you feel unsafe, but then the next day you feel safe, but then you sleeping in the bed with them, but you feel comfortable. But like, make up your mind, boo. And it's 2 rooms. You could have went to the other room. You could have called a producer. If you really felt unsafe, you would have never came back. So don't gaslight us talking about you didn't feel safe. You could have said I was just overly emotional and I was in my feelings. That would have been a better thing. But my whole thing is stop faking it. She don't be telling the truth. And I don't know if she lying to herself. She lying to the camera. She's trying to look good for TV. I don't know what it is, but she lying.
Totally agreed. And yet, I feel like she's a gold digger, to be honest, because the moment, even when they went back to that whole shoe thing, when they was asking the questions or whatever, and the size came up, first thing she wanted to say, when he was just joking about, you gonna buy me some more shoes? Well, you gonna buy me some more shoes? Like, girl, you want everything from him, and you don't want to give anything. Like, you are refusing to compromise at any point in this relationship, period. You want him sucking your toes at night and doing everything that he can do for you, and the boy asks you for a hug and a kiss to hold his hand, and you act like the boy got rabies or scabies or something all over him, and that y'all just can't. Oh my gosh! And girl, sex is not that taboo that you can't talk about it. Like, that's the one thing that I just do not want to talk about on camera. Girl, it's a penis and a pussy, and they come together. It's lips and pussy or lips and dick. Get over it. Like, say the words, ma'am. I'm gonna need her to write the words on the wall and read them so that she can get comfortable with them, because she is getting on my nerves.
Also, it's like you like 30.
You 30.
You not like 18, 22. You 30, girl. You 30.
You 30 and you married. It's not like you thought and bopping on TV. Like you married. You 30 years old. Your parents had you. They had sex. They know.
And you had some man have a baby on you. You know what sex is. Why you act like you don't? It's like what also made me upset in the beginning of the episode when they was like having their little talk. She's like, "Well, I'm not really like a pet name person. Like, would it make you feel better if I called you like my little scuttlebutt?" And it's like, yes, absolutely. It's my thing is to me that just shows the little things. Like you want this man to give you the world, the moon, the stars, and whatever else on a silver planet. You can't even call him your little Pookie Bear or whatever. Karen.
She won't call him her husband. That's the first step. Forget a pet name. Can we start with saying my husband Miles and addressing him as a person?
Yeah, this episode had me leaning towards the Karen hate train. I still won't go there, but I was for sure linked to the left. Okay, so let's move on to happiness, butterflies, and positivity, and talk to about the black couple that we like, that we are unanimous on. Woody and Amani. This episode was so cute between the two of them. They had so many great moments. And I love the scene when Amani had to ask Woody his favorite sex, or say her favorite sex position, because she was dying laughing and she was really struggling to get it out. But she finally. Sabrina, what do you have to say about that?
I'm just saying that'd be me every time teacher be talking to me about anything. I'll be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Weird.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, y'all know I'm an open book.
Yeah, okay, so Tisha, I want you to answer this question. I want you to answer the question that she had to ask. What is your favorite sex position and why?
So I do like the one that she mentioned with the feet up, but I like it when I like doggy style too. But the one from the side, and it's like this little situation that you gotta like have your leg in a certain kind of way and you're hitting it at a little bit different angle. That one's really nice. It causes you to have to do some aerobatics, but I mean that's what going to the gym and getting on the elliptical is for, to get those thigh thighs loosed up. Open up that hip region.
I'm sorry, I'm weak because Sharif just put in the chat. Mom just heard that question and said, "Oh Jesus."
Oh well. I'm 30, almost 39, child. If we can't talk about having sex and my mother here, oh well.
I mean, clearly she had lots of sex. Okay, so clearly. Okay, so Sabrina, I want you to answer the same question.
Fine. Okay, so now y'all want me to answer this question? Where'd the mirror come from?
I'm eating my popcorn because
that's the headboard to the bed.
Y'all know I'm struggling. Y'all know I'm like I'm tiptoeing around this question, coming up with excuses. It's because the fan is on. I can't answer this question because the fan is on. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip and answer this question. Hold on. Okay.
Maybe go one more.
Doggy style. That's it.
And why?
Oh, because I'm not affectionate. So I don't want to be looking in your face. Like, I don't like all that romantical stuff. Like, I feel like we came here for a purpose. like, we need to meet my expectations. Like, hit the spot where you need to hit it. And we need to go ahead and move on with the day. Because, like, I can't be doing all that, looking into each other's eyes and gazing and being all romantical. I was like, can you move? So, yeah, that's why. it's the best way to hit what I need to happen. Are y'all happy now? Are you not entertained?
Yes.
It's the best way to hit what needs to be hit.
For the explosion. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Sharif this question once he gets situated, but I'm just gonna answer it.
So, Lacey, what is your favorite position?
Yeah, my favorite. It definitely depends on whether I drink wine or whether I drink tequila.
Okay.
You know, because on a wine day, I want emotion. I want to look in your face. I want to touch your back. You know, I want to be able to look at you. So, definitely what Amani said. But I like when it's like one leg is like down and then one leg crossed. You know, because it really gets the little angles really great. And then if it's a tequila kind of day, then I like to be on the couch and I like to be Megan Thee Stallion. So like cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, like to bounce. It's really fun. I act like I'm like at a function twerking. So, Sharif, would you like to answer this question?
I don't have an answer.
So you like them all?
I don't have enough experience to pick one.
Great answer. Okay, great answer. So
can we actually talk about Amani and Woody?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you have something you want to mention in particular?
I just liked the fact when they were asking about what was one thing that the forgiveness or openness or something like that they asked, and the fact that he was talking about that he had to really like let go the situation with his dad in order to be able to like really love or whatever, and how he's open to, you know, the fact that she has two dads that are there for him and support him and love him, and just how he was saying that if it wasn't for him getting to a place to where he was like in acceptance with his pops, that he wouldn't be able to love Amani. You know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't have been ready to be on the show to give and to be the person that he is showing to be on the show. And I just thought that was nice. Maybe next time you should take the tag off of your wine glass.
I was muted, so they couldn't see that, okay? Only you could. You know, got it from the dollar store, okay? Dollar store has great wine glasses. Okay, so I actually was going to mention that because I thought it was really beautiful. And the way that Amani was very comforting, the way she had like had her hand on him, and the way she was just like very intentional and just very supportive. I just love them. They just make me happy. They give me all the hope in the world. Do you have any comments, Sabrina? I see you're unmuted.
I did have a comment. I just was like, I think that's why I was so upset and irritated with Christina, because the juxtaposition that they put with how understanding Amani is about him releasing his feelings and feeling comfortable, and, you know, providing a safe space for him to feel like he could be open about his counseling, his daddy issues, and how he's working through it. And how Christina just like took Henry's little baby heart and was like, like, I really wanted to fight her. Like, I really was like so disgusted. Like, I don't like her at all. Like, I don't think she's a good person at all. Like, I don't want them to work out. And before, I was trying to be like, okay, because I could be a little bit harsh. I could be a little bit this. I could be a little bit impatient. But she seems to only be like, okay, I want you to work on this. He tries to work on it, then she shut him down. Okay, I want you to communicate with me. So he starts answering questions. She shut the question down. It's like she don't really want this relationship. She thinks she does. And maybe it is a part of like self-sabotage. Maybe she do need help. But the fact that she's like, well, I had insecurities and I just got over it. No, you didn't. Because you just got out of a raggedy relationship that you was in for years. So obviously you had some sort of self-esteem issue that was keeping you there, honey. Henry is in this and he's telling you what he really thinks about you. And you see he doesn't act this way around Amani because he feels safe to tell his real emotions. She listens. He didn't feel like this around Bennett. because he feels safe to express himself and not be judged. The only person he's feeling like, oh, where his tit comes out is around you. When he's super uncomfortable because you're just not a good person. Like, you're not a nice person.
And then
I feel like
you have
that's what.
her to think she's Ayanna Fix My Life. Like, just get over it and I'm going to help you move past this issue. Like, girl. He don't want to talk to you. He don't want to be around you. And he damn sure is not coming to you for therapy.
Because honestly, I'm glad you said that Ayanna comment, because it reminded me every time I heard the word Get Over It, I thought about a book that Ayanna has written, which is also called Get Over It. Thought Therapy for like Healing the Hard Stuff, I think is the full title of the book, which I have read. I found it in my local library. And a lot of the things, it just made me think like you said, like she really is trying to act like she has the range and the credentials and whatnot to really like be the authority on how he should be dealing with his like complex emotions. And at least to me, it looks like he is trying to work through his things. He may not be doing it in the way that you, with your non-professional, unqualified, irrelevant opinion, having and self thinks he should be doing, but he's still trying. I feel like you're the one who's not really trying with him.
Yep, exactly. I completely agree. Well, do you have any other comments on the best couple on the show, Woody and Imani?
They getting a dog. Imani said they getting a dog. They getting a dog. Woody go get that dog, and he gonna be mad as hell, just like my husband and his cat. They getting a dog. They getting a dog. Woody don't stand a chance. He is getting a dog, and he gonna be mad, and he gonna be the main one buying toys and treats and outside running around with that dog. And he gonna be so mad, and it's gonna be so funny because that little New Orleans accent where he try to act like he ain't with it. Imani run that relationship, and he let her, and it's so cute to watch. It is so cute because the banter they have is enjoyable to watch. Like, I will say, people be like, he a lot, but I'd rather watch them be authentic but also enjoyable to watch. Like, they are made for TV. They need a whole show because just them arguing about that dog had me dying. Everybody else, I be about to like, y'all can wrap this show up. This show, like, wrap it up. Okay, let's move on.
When he licked that syrup off her neck, I was like, okay, Woody, okay.
You know what? And all I want to say is that, you know what? I think it's a fair trade. If you get a dog to get some doggy style, it's a fair trade. Compromise. You got to meet people somewhere, and that's where they get met at.
You get a dog for the doggy style. Again, Sharif with the ridiculousness. Let's talk about, just really briefly, Olivia pushing Brett's hand off of her.
That was hilarious. Oh my gosh.
She said, couple wet wipes because the bum trying to touch me. Like,
ew. I'm the Terminator.
Did you
she talks like I'm going to have to terminate her.
She was like, could you move? Like, she was like, could you scoot over? I hollered.
Like, I don't think it's a PDA issue at all. I feel like they be in the house and she still be like, don't touch me.
Because he's not a nice person. It's, again, her and Henry have that thing. They could be affectionate if you a nice person and welcoming. He's a jerk. She don't believe he authentic. He a jerk. He always saying little rude stuff. And it's annoying. She don't like him. So that makes her not sexually attracted to him. So she don't want him to touch her.
Because
and I die.
Not gonna lie, when the season first started, I don't like white men at all. But I thought Brett was cool. Like, I was like, he's cool. And then as I've watched him, he just gets uglier and uglier and uglier. Like, his personality makes him ugly, literally. He wasn't even happy making drinks. We sitting here making drinks. Olivia's so excited because her drink that came out good, and he mad because his is flimsy. Like, he's just the worst.
He got low self-esteem, and as Sharif would say, beautiful gowns, no substance, like beautiful gowns, nice gowns,
No self-esteem, just vibes.
just vibes, and bad vibes at that.
I love my life.
So are we still talking about Brett?
Miserable person. Mm-hmm. We talking about Brett.
You know how she was like trying to be serious about when she was talking about it being hard for them to be like in his house because he's a homeowner, and he was just being real condescending, and he was just like, oh, how immature of me to have equity. Oh, made stupid decisions to have a house. Yeah. And it's like, dude, like, you're missing the point. Nobody is coming for the fact that you are stingy with your money because you want a fat portfolio, and at the end of the day, you can't take none of the money with you when you die. So the fact that he acts like he is going to somehow be able to take his money with him to whatever eternity he will be in is ridiculous. And the fact that because she likes to live and do and spend and enjoy life, yes, her credit score might not be as good as his, and no, she might not have anything that's stable in his mind in terms of like her having her own house. But the girl is traveled, she's well versed, she is cultural. Like, there are so many things that you gain from not staying in the one area of your life that you will never get without expanding and going somewhere else. Just like, had I stayed in California all my life, I would never have experienced half of the stuff that I've experienced being here in Georgia. Period.
Yeah, Brett is literally just the worst, and I hate him. And hate is a strong word, but I hate him.
You said hate is a strong word, but I hate him. I'm saying hate is a strong word, and I hate him.
Oh, you're right. Because if anything before but grammar lesson, if you say something, then you put but, you cancel what's before it. Anyways.
No, I don't agree. But anyway.
So let's move on because that's all I had to say about them. I loved when Olivia pushed his hand off. It was like, ew, disgusting.
I really want Olivia to kind of be like Miles, though. I kind of want Olivia to really just tell him about himself. Somebody needs, and I wish that the experts were more like, I don't know if they watch the show or not, or watch the scenes or not beforehand, or if they just take the contestants' word for it. I wish they actually watched the scenes, and I wish they would actually call him out on how he behaves. Because when she asked, do you want to be married to me? He was like, wow, you're insecure. There would have been no more conversations. There would have been no more married at first sight.
Like, I'm asking you literally a question.
Okay,
like, do you want to act?
We can move on because I can't stand him either.
Like, do you actually want to pursue? I just got mad all over again. Like, do you actually want to pursue this? But now I'm insecure. Like, cut it out. Cut it out.
And maybe she just
Hold up.
Sage that. Should I have a point to make? It wasn't.
What Serena was just saying about if they actually watch the show, I've actually seen in prior seasons where they've actually like shown like the couples like clips on themselves.
I heard should I
kind of like see like how they. Hello. Okay, so they've actually like showed clips of the couples, and like they kind of like see like, oh, how did you view this situation versus like how the situation actually played out. And so I think they should really do that for Brett and Olivia, so Brett can actually see, because I've seen them do it before, so I think they should do it again.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the happy side of the show. I love how Sharif has sage and he's saging Brett's negative energy away. Thank Jesus. And we're going to welcome in the positive energy of Bennett and Amelia. So as always, they just bring smiles on my face. But am I the only one who felt like Amelia wanted to say something else besides his face when they asked what was their favorite body part of each other? Or is that just my dirty mind?
Thinking that, but felt that she may have needed to be a little more PG'd for the response. But just the fact that they were like doing theirs forehead to forehead, I thought was the cutest thing ever, because they were like into each other and they were like physically touching each other and like pulling from each other's sensualness while they were like going through the questions and asking the questions. Like that was everything. I want to be where Brett and Amelia are, Bennett and Amelia are. Relationship goals.
I agree. I definitely do think that she may have thought I think she thought it, but she's like, you know what? Those who know will get it. And if you don't know, it wasn't meant for you.
When she said your beautiful face, I said, Amelia, now you and I both know that is not what you wanted to say. Like that is not the answer you wanted to give. Like, come on, girl. Cut it out. Sabrina, what do you think about them talking about ways they can improve their sexual experience?
No? Oh, you can? Okay, ways that you can improve your sexual experience. I feel like it's important because the worst thing is when somebody really thinks they like got you all over the moon and you really just in Oakland. Like you ain't on the moon at all. You just in your city. So I'm super happy that yeah, I'm just super happy that they can communicate that to each other so that they can both find pleasure in the activities and enjoy their current level of intimacy, as Bennett would say. I'm going to
I am very satisfied with our current level of intimacy.
But I think it's important that they have that understanding now to be able to feel open enough to communicate. Because also something that works for you day 1 may not work for you day 30. Or you may be like, okay, let's try something else. Or like, I'm more comfortable with you, so I want to like, you know, kind of like explore and do this or do that. So I love them. I think they are like just super emotionally intelligent, just super honest and authentic. And I love them.
So I want to end this episode a little bit differently than how we end our normal episodes. And I want to end this episode with rating from best to worst, who we think has the best sex. And obviously, some of them aren't doing it at all. But, you know, in our brain, if they were to do it, who would have the best and who would have the worst? So I want to start. Some of our siblings are missing from the cameras. I don't know if they're here. But I'll start with Sharif. Sharif, who do you say is going? Let's just pretend that all of them are engaging.
Okay.
Who has the best?
For me, it's a toss-up between either Bennett and Amelia or Woody and Amani. It's definitely one of those two. I think they both having good. I think it's both good, but for different reasons and different ways for the both of them.
I feel like it's Bennett and Amelia. Sorry to cut you off.
Why do you feel like it's Bennett and Amelia?
Because they have those conversations, and I feel like it's one of those, you know, I be acting like I'm super hard, but I'm like super romantical in the grand scheme of things. So I feel like they have that real like deep connection where they like their auras meet and also have sex at the same time. And then they're like spirits meet and they just connect.
It's not the
and like
Oreos,
their
though.
ancestors are talking to each other. But I just feel like it's like a ethereal experience. I feel like it's just not like mundane and everyday. I feel like it's meaningful and it's just like they don't seem to have a lot of outside distractions, so they really are focused on each other's pleasures and whatever. I think Woody and Amani have that just like that lust love right now. I feel like when she says she love him, it might go deeper. For real.
Woody and Amani just have that continual, like, get it poppin' energy, you know? Like, Woody be ready to sop the burqa up. They just have ongoing, like, get it poppin' energy. So I feel like, yeah, I actually agree with you, Sabrina. I just feel like the connection and like the intimacy of Brett Bennett and Amelia. Whoo, the wine's talking, y'all. Bennett and Amelia is probably off the chain. Tisha, would you like to say anything about that?
Definitely say Bennett. I feel like he might have a corkscrew on his, and he just hooking that thing right. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just really feel like them gowns is not suppressing the blood flow for my man. And he is really like bang, bang, banging it. Okay. Like, he is really doing it hard for her. And I feel like my boy Woody, I think he's a little afraid to show her like just how much he go in, because I think he's afraid to like make her feel like he a hoe. I know for a fact Bennett is hooking him. Okay, he is hooking him.
Oh my god. Cut. Cut. Thank you for coming to another episode of 10 Talk, where the conversations are on 10. And Tisha's always on 1,000. We thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bennett is Captain Hook.
Share with everybody. Listen, if you want to be where the Negroes are too, you better make that like button turn blue.
Yeah. Oh, my whole stomach hurt. My side. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have a 6-pack after this